Hi everybody, welcome to Yoga Live. My name's Deanna. I am the director of the wellness department at Gbon in Buffalo, New York. And today we're in our yoga dance room, and I'm going to be leading you through chair yoga today. So usually my live sessions are slow flow yoga, which is a vinyasa style sequence. And today I'm going to be showing another option for individuals with low mobility, seniors, or for individuals who just want to increase their physical activity but don't know where to start or are a little bit intimidated to start moving their body and getting to know it a little bit more and know how to just activate certain muscles that we've never used before. So chair yoga is a great way to start. It also will help with mental health, so really easing anxiety, depression, keep you in the present moment, and just slow you down overall. Because I know we are all stressed out, especially during this time, and we can get ahead of ourselves, get our nerves hyped up, and it can really affect us throughout the day. And it's really important to find ourselves and keep ourselves in check and do everything that we can to keep ourselves healthy in every aspect of health. So it'll be around 30 minutes or so. So if you get yourself a chair, I prefer it not having any arms on it. And if it's a folding chair, just be really, really careful. If it's something that it's not a reliable chair all over these years that you've had in the basement, I may not recommend that chair, but something that you know you can not slide around in and know that it has some stability to it. So I'm going to give you guys around 2 minutes to go grab your chairs, because this may be a little bit surprise for people who haven't seen our social media graphics. And so I give you a little spiel about what yoga is. It's really about cessation of the mind and connect mind to breath to movement. So really tuning into our breath, because we tend to lose sight of just our own natural breathing, which helps regulates our heart rate. And you'll notice in times where you're super duper anxious, like myself, I know when I'm nervous for an audition when I was growing up, or just nervous to have a confrontation or a conversation that you may not look forward to, I always take a step back, tell myself I can only do the best that I can, and I focus on my breath. Taking 3 huge deep breaths before anything that you have to face really, really helps me, helps everyone else. And even afterwards, after you deal with situations, it's really good to just keep yourself in check and not let yourself tumble in all this madness. So without further ado, let's get started. So sit up tall in your chair, so come away from the back. Place your feet firmly on the ground, uncross your legs. Really lengthen through the crown of your head as if a string is attached to your crown of your head and you're being pulled all the way to the ceiling, and feel your spine really lengthen. Bring your belly up and in. Place your hands gently on top of your knees. And roll your shoulders up and away from the ears. A few times, up, around, and down. Slightly splay out your chest to the front of the room, just slightly, opening your heart space. Quite often we're hunched or texting or looking down a lot, so it's very important to do the counter movement, which is opening our chest instead of hunching. So let's reverse the direction now, bringing our shoulders up and forward. Remembering to take deep inhales. Go as slow or as fast as you want. And then release, come back to center. Lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the neck. And bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Stretch the side of your neck. Keep those shoulders down, that belly in, sitting up nice and tall. Placing your feet firmly on the ground. Inhale back to center. On an exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Feeling the stretch on the right side of your neck. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring your chin to your chest, look down. Keep your spine straight, only moving the neck. Feeling flexion in the back of the neck, really releasing any tension, just with the weight of your head. Inhale back to center. On an exhale, slowly bring your eye gaze to the ceiling. Keep your spine straight, slightly bring up your chest. And remember to always breathe length in the back of your neck. So always keeping it straight and long and never crunching it. You always want to just bring your eye gaze as best you can to the back while keeping your spine straight, lifted. Inhale, come back to center. Sitting up tall. Now I want you to ground all four corners of your feet on the ground, but lift your toes. So find the grounding through the pads of your feet, all four corners. So the mound behind the big toe, right by your pinky toe, and by your heel. So you want to ground there and kind of suction cup the middle of your arch. And then slowly bring your toes to the earth. Lift all 10 toes and slowly bring each toe down, starting with the pinky toes. Go ahead. This works really good into your calves as well. Your body's all interconnected. So it's really important to address areas that you may not think is beneficial, but in the long term, you'll realize how much it really affects you. All right, one more. Lift all 10 toes. Really stretch those toes all the way up and slowly lower them down. Very good. Inhale your arms up overhead and bring your eye gaze at your fingertips. Bring your palms together and bring yourself a little bit backwards by giving yourself a little back bend, splaying out your chest, keeping your shoulders down away from the ears. And on an exhale, come back to center and release the arms down by your sides. Always activate those ab muscles whenever you're reaching up and out of the waist to protect the spine. So let's do that again. Inhale your arms up overhead. Bring your palms together. And then bring your palms a little bit up and back as you bring your eye gaze up and back. And on an exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Very nice. Cross your left arm over your body and gently place your right hand on top of your forearm and push gently and really open up that shoulder blade. Keep that left shoulder down from the ears. And your left arm should be nice and long. Really take that deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, soften a little bit deeper. Inhale through the nose, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, tug a little bit more. Release your left arm down by your sides. Inhale your arms up overhead. Palms come together. Bring your palms up and back, opening up the chest. Exhale, bring your hands down by your sides. Cross your right arm across your body. Now taking your left hand and pressing it into your forearm for another shoulder stretch on your right side. Keeping your shoulder down, so you don't want to hike it up, you want to keep that down. Really breathing to all and any sensations that arise for you. You can even close your eyes and really connect every sensation with each breath. Release your arms down by your sides. One more inhale, all the way up. Palms come together. Open your heart space. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Very good.
Place your arms down by your sides, or for a little bit more stability, you can place your hands facing down on top of your thighs. And on an exhale, extend your right leg out in front of you, flexing the toes towards the face. Feel the stretch in the back of the hamstring, your quad muscles firing. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bend your right knee. We'll do that with the left leg. Extend the left leg out in front of you, flex those toes towards your face. Squeeze those quad muscles, lift up and out of the waist, stay lifted. Flex those muscles, release your left leg down. Reach your right leg back up, extend the right leg, flex the right toes. And we're gonna do some point and flexes. So go ahead and point and flex. And you could use any inhale or exhale with the range of motion that you're doing right here. You can inhale on the flex or exhale on the flex, wherever you're at, as long as you're connecting any breath to any movement. Really feel the muscles in your calf activate. One more point and flex wherever you are. Go ahead and roll the ankle. Roll it a few times to the right. You're gonna hear some cracking. I know I crack all the time, and that's okay. And switch the directions a few times. Release your right leg back down. Inhale, extend the left leg up. And go ahead, point and flex. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Really feel your quads firing, stretch in your calf, but also the flexion in your calf as well. Keep your abs up and in, sitting up tall. And go ahead and roll out the ankle. 3 circles on one side, and then reversing the direction. And release your left leg back down. Very good. Inhale your arms up overhead. Look at your fingertips. We're not going to reach up and back. We're just going to stay overhead. And on an exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale your arms up. Bring your hands to heart center. One more. Inhale your arms up overhead. And on an exhale, listen carefully. I want you to slowly hinge forward at the hips, straight spine, and as you get closer to the tops of your thighs, you can round the spine and release your head and neck between your legs. You can even heel toe your feet a little bit further. You can rest your tummy on top of your thighs, or if you want a deeper stretch, you can even open your feet a little wider and just let your head and neck and your tops of your hands press gently on top of the floor. Depending on your range of motion, depending on your flexibility, your mobility, your strength, will all depend what level of the pose you're going to approach. So if you are just as tense as just coming as far as right here, then stay right here. Place your palms on top of your thighs. If you can reach a little bit further, great. Just really listening to my cues, keeping the proper alignment, and going as far as your body's telling you. That's what's most important here. As much as you may not think you're doing it right, you are. Listening to your body is doing yoga. Really release that head and neck, if that's accessible to you. Our spine holds us upright all day. So to be able to compress our stomach onto the tops of our thighs, it really releases our head and neck. If your feet are out wide, heel toe your feet about hip width distance apart, and slowly rise back up. You can bring your hands on the top of your thighs, and with a flat spine, just rise your torso back up, stack your shoulders over your hips. Beautiful. Inhale your arms up overhead. Bring your palms together, hands at heart center. Go ahead and take your ankle, your right ankle, bend your knee, and I want you to cross it on top of your left thigh. Flex your right toes, and just stay here. Breathe into the sensation that you may feel in your right hip. If you want to take it a little deeper, and you feel this stretch isn't enough, you could always keep a straight spine and hinge at the hips a little bit forward. For those who are a little bit advanced, you could even go for a forward fold. I know I'm super tight, and it's been a while since I really fully stretched, so this is half pigeon here. We usually do this on the floor with our leg extended backwards. Or it's called figure four, so we usually are either on our back as well, and this left leg would be lifted. So it's all doing the same thing, which is really opening up that right hip flexor. Remembering to stay lifted. As long as you have a straight spine, even if you're hinging, then that's great. You place your right hand gently on top of that right thigh. We don't want to push it down. That's never the case. We want our legs to listen to our body's natural response. So if that's the resistance that we're feeling, then leave it at that, and it'll get more used to it, and you'll become more flexible. Release your right leg back down. Inhale your arms up overhead. I like to reset every posture with these sunnies. Exhale, bring your hands at heart center. Always focusing on our breath, never losing sight. Go ahead and lift our left knee, cross it over our right thigh. So it's a figure four or half pigeon. Flex the left toes. Sit up tall. Remember not to press your left hand into that leg, let it be. If you needed a little bit more of a stretch, hinge forward with flat spine. Really take that deep inhale through the nose and feel the connection, how your chest really expands and your belly with each inhale. And with each exhale, releasing any tension that you may be feeling in any areas of your body or even your mind. Release your left leg back down so that your feet are in one line. Inhale your arms up overhead. You could look up at your fingers, and on an exhale, look forward, keep your hands in the air, shoulders down and away from the ears. Take an inhale at center, and on an exhale, twist open to the right, reaching your right arm to the back of the chair for a little bit of more of a compression, or you can stay lifted and only using your back muscles and your abdominal muscles to keep you up and lifted out of the waist, and provide that twist so that your right arm is facing the back wall and your left arm is facing forward. Your eye gaze is at your right thumb. And like I said, if you feel like you need a little bit more, grab the back of the chair. Inhale, both arms come back to center. And on an exhale, twist to the other side. Twist open to the left. Left arm reaches the back wall. Right arm reaches forward. Eye gaze at the left thumb. Keep those shoulders down. And really press through those fingertips. And really reach through and send energy all the way through your arm lines. Stay lifted. Squeeze those abdominal muscles. And on your next inhale, reach both arms back to center. On an exhale, come into your forward fold, bring your palms together and start to hinge forward. Release down.
Stay here for a couple breaths. Inhale through the nose. Feel the skin expand on your back body. Exhale, release your head and neck. Feel it fall heavier. Inhale through the nose. Expand the back body. Feel it open up. Exhale. Soften down a little bit deeper.
And go ahead and rise slowly with a straight spine back up. You can place your palms on top of your thighs. Very good. Inhale your arms up overhead. On an exhale, place your right hand on the bottom of the chair. You can grasp it gently as you reach your left arm up and over to the right. Or you can grab the leg of the right chair, whatever's accessible to you so that you're not hiking up your arm. You know, you want to always provide length to your collarbones and your torso. And you don't want to dump into either side. You want to breathe into either sides of the torso. Inhale, both arms up, back to center. Squeeze those abs up and in. On an exhale, place your left arm on the chair and reach your right arm up and over, opening your chest to the front of the room, reaching your right shoulder back towards the wall behind you for some lateral flexion and working through the abdominals. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, release them down by your sides. Very good. On an inhale, I want you to lift up onto the tippy toes and feel your calf muscles activate. And then slowly lower your heels down. Inhale, lift your heels all the way up to the sky. Feel your quads firing, your legs firing, everything. Exhale, slowly melt them down. One more, squeeze your calves. Come onto those tippy toes. You can even squeeze your quad muscles if you really use the mind to muscle connection. Lower those heels back down. Give your back of your legs a little bit of a rub. Give it some love. Sitting up tall. Go ahead and place your left hand on your right knee and reach to the back of the chair. We did a supine twist just before with our arms up, but right here you could give yourself a little bit more pressure to really open up that back body and give yourself a nice twist. Using that chair is what we call leverage, so using another object to open you up further instead of your own body. Twist back to center. We'll switch directions, placing your right hand on the outside of your left thigh, grabbing a hold of the back of the chair with your left hand, lifting up and out of the waist, and then twisting. With each inhale, really lengthen through the crown of your head, lengthen that spine, and on an exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Bring your eye gaze at the back wall behind you. Untwist back to center. Bring your feet together. We're going to work into some chair pose here. So if this isn't accessible to you and you can't stand on your feet, that's totally okay. You can still try and activate the muscles in your quads, really using your mind, your breath, and concentration. And really thinking to squeeze everything up and in. So bring your hands up overhead, lift up and out of the waist, slightly hinge forward, open your chest to the front of the room, beautiful. And on an exhale, I want you to slightly lift up from the chair and stay here. Just reach that tailbone down to the earth and sit back down. Very nice. Make sure you're at the edge of the chair, something you can access to stand up. Inhale. Exhale, press into those heels, sit back, open your chest, use those glutes. Belly up and in, open your chest, sit back down. We'll do one more. Release your arms down by your sides. You can rock your head side to side. Roll your shoulders down and away. Firing up our body here. Inhale your arms up overhead, reaching through those fingertips, pinkies face in towards each other so you're activating those arm muscles. Belly up and in, squeeze those muscles. Hinge forward, open your chest. And on an exhale, lift up, press through those heels. Squeeze your abs, reach that tailbone down so you don't have a curve in your back. Sit back down. Release your arms down by your sides. Beautiful. Take a deep inhale through the nose, lift your arms up overhead. Palms come together. Open your chest up. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Beautiful. Let's do some cleansing breaths to just gain our focus, slow our breath down. Take a deep inhale through the nose, the deepest inhale of the day, on a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wide open mouth, side out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Go ahead. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Return to those normal breaths in and out through the nose. Beautiful. So I'm going to introduce something before we come to an end of our practice. So the next session that we have, we'll introduce Warrior 2. So it is definitely able to be done with a chair, and it may look a little difficult, but I promise you, I assure you, it's not as hard as it looks. So sit yourself back against the chair. Then I want you to move both legs to the right. Okay? I want you to take your left leg, and I want you to swivel it out right in front of the chair, so that your right knee is over the right ankle. Your right toes are pointing to the right of you. So if your chair is facing forward, your right toes are pointing to the right. Your left leg now is facing the same way as the chair, so it's heading right in front of you, okay? Sitting up and tall. Before we go into Warrior 2, I want to do some cow-cats. So inhale, open your chest to the front of the room. See how my chest comes out? Shoulders down away from the ears, and on an exhale, round the spine. Hold onto the top of the knees very gently as you round your spine and bring your back a little behind you. Chin to chest. Inhale, open the chest to the front of the room for cow. Exhale, round the spine, bring your chin to your chest. Feel the openness of the backside body. One more, open your chest to the front of the room. Exhale, round the spine, bring your abs up and in as you bring your chin to your chest. Come back to neutral spine, sitting up tall. Now, the only thing you have to do is bring your left leg and bring it, you're gonna be straddling now on your chair as best you can. If your hips aren't as open, it's really okay. You can even just sit in the chair and do some breaths, or just really try. I really recommend for you guys to go out of your comfort zones and try something new. So I want you to move the chair right under your right thigh so that you'll see that right where your knee crease in the back of your knee makes an L with your calf muscle. I want you to put the chair there. So now your entire right thigh is on the seat. Exactly. So you can hold on with your hands. I mean, you're not going to lose your balance is what I'm going to say. So I want you to straighten your left leg out to the side of the chair to the left. Your right leg is bent to the right, right knee stacked over right ankle, right toes point straight ahead. This will really help you with your warrior two. So your left leg is straight. The back of your foot is at the edge. If you were to have a mat here, it would be at the back edge of your mat. So it's just going to be parallel with the wall next to you, towards your left. So look down at your right heel. Make sure that if you were to draw a line, it would intersect your left arch. So you can hinge a little forward and see where your feet placement is. Make sure your left toes are pointing forward, your right toes are pointing to the right. And here you are. You're in warrior two. Stack your shoulders over your hips, point your torso straight ahead where the chair is facing. Spread your arms out in opposite and equal directions. And then move your chin towards your right shoulder so that your eye gaze are at your fingertips. Warrior two. Really press your feet into the earth. Feel your muscles engaged here. And this is just using the chair. So strength conditioning can be done if you don't have as much mobility as somebody who can walk normally on a daily basis. Place your hands down on the chair. Come back with your tush fully onto the chair. Keep your legs straddled as wide as you can. Inhale your arms up overhead. Palms come together, exhale at heart center. We'll try the other side. Place your hands down on the chair. Move your tush to the right so that it's one part of your tush is off. And then your left leg is completely on the chair. The edge of the chair where it ends should be right under your knee. Extend your right leg out to the right of you. Your right toes are going to point straight ahead of you where the chair is facing, and your left toes are going to be pointing towards the left. Make sure that your torso is pointing forward. So we don't want to point our torso towards our left leg. We want to reposition our torso to the front of the room so our shoulders are stacked right over those hips. Extend your arms out by your sides, lift up, belly up and in, and look towards your left fingertips. Keep those feet pressed into the earth, feel your legs firing. And release your arms down on the chair, come back to a comfortable seat, place your legs out in front of you. Excellent. We'll do one more forward fold. This time come at the edge of your chair. Spread your feet out wide. Inhale your arms up overhead. And on an exhale, hinge forward.
And let yourself fall on top of your thighs. You could grasp onto either elbows like traditional ragdoll, or you could just let the backs of your hands fall onto the earth. Let your cheeks fall forward. Bring your hands on the top of your legs and slowly come back to sitting up tall.
One more. We're going to interlace our fingers, sitting up tall, behind, below our right knee. We're going to tug our right knee towards our right armpit. Work into those hip flexors. You could press your leg into your hands and hands into your legs for a more active stretch. Or you could just use the weight of your hands to really open up the right hip flexor, using those arm muscles. Release your right leg down. Switching legs, keep your fingers interlaced. Place it right below your left knee and hug that left knee towards your left armpit, avoiding the rib cage. Hugging your elbows in towards your chest, using those arm muscles to squeeze your leg towards the left side of your torso. Remember, sitting up tall, pressing that right foot into the earth. And release your left leg down. All right, sitting up tall. Avoid sitting on the backs of the chair. We really want to strengthen our spine here. Strengthen our posture. Lift all 10 toes up in the air. Slowly bring our toes down. Place your palms down for receiving. Place your palms up. That was a lie. Place your palms up for receiving. Place your palms down for more grounding. And we're going to come into our Savasana, our last piece where we can meditate. Start to gently close your eyes. Or find a soft gaze, looking down. Release any tension between your eyebrows, your cheeks, corners of your mouth. You can give yourself a slight of a smirk so that the corners of your mouth go up a little bit. And it will actually soften your face a little bit more. Once you find full relaxation, you can even release any tension in the jaw by slightly parting the mouth and letting the tongue float in the hollow of the mouth. And I want you to take this time and think of something that you would really like to work on today, tomorrow, this week. Anything that you value, or even if it's a positive saying that helps keep you grounded and helps you snap out of it when things go a little crazy. And I want you to repeat to yourself 3 times, whether it's the person or place or thing or mantra, and say it to yourself 3 times with each breath that you take in. And just know in all this craziness, everything is going to work out, everything's going to be okay. Even if things may not feel that way or seem that way. It's up to us to live our lives to the fullest in any way we can, whatever we have available to us, whatever we can make happen, staying positive, and surrounding ourselves with positive energy, whether we're alone or with others. And take this next couple minutes in silence for your Savasana on your own to find full surrender and relaxation for your mind and your body. And once we come to an end, I'll lead you out. start to bring movement back into the body. Wiggle those toes and fingers. Roll out those wrists. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Very gently. Inhale your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers and press the palms all the way up to the sky. Stretch through those fingers, stretch through those arms. And on an exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Place your hands together, place them at heart center, and bow in. Just take this moment so that all of us participating can surround your dedications, values, mantras that you set for yourself with light, love, and support. Thank you all for letting me guide you through a nice chair yoga session today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it helped push you throughout the day and help warm your body up. And it's my honor and duty to really help keep you in the present moment during this time. Namaste. Thanks again, everybody. I can't wait to see you guys next time. Don't mind my gibberish talk at times. I think you'll get to know me a little bit more. I'm a little goofy, I'm a little silly, so sometimes things won't even make sense. So I'll see you guys next time. Check out all our videos below and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.